Aidan, you've just sort of made the transition between being a full-time academic and moving into entrepreneurship. What's that been like? What have the challenges been? What's sort of driven you to do this?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting question. I could definitely talk quite a bit on this. I'm kind of a bit of an innovation geek in terms of historical kind of transitions in innovation, things like the Skunkworks lab coming out of Lockheed Martin and Xerox and Park, and how you get the kind of right environment for innovation and research to take place. In terms of kind of the academic to entrepreneurship, I think it's becoming a lot more viable. I think it's the right conditions are present in university. You're given time to think and time to develop ideas. And then it's kind of how do you translate those into actual application and into impact. And I guess the challenges moving from academia are, typically you're working in quite a siloed environment. You work with your PhD students as an academic, you work with your postdocs, and you're all very much working in the same direction. You have a kind of a shared language and a shared understanding, and it makes that you develop through collaboration and through having niche expertise in a field. And when you move into kind of early stage entrepreneurship, you have to be working with people with a diverse array of skills, and you all have to be aligned on the same vision. So again, communicating and taking things forward there is really important. I guess in terms of kind of the similarities between entrepreneurship and academia, what you generally find is people are advocates for their field in academia. Everyone thinks the project they're working on is the most interesting and most important project that could ever be. And if you meet them at a dinner party, that's what they'll want to talk to you about. So that's pretty good for an entrepreneur. That makes a good kind of setup for someone who wants to work on something 24/7 and really push it forward and see the impact. It helps to have that passionate kind of interest in a problem, and that definitely makes for a good entrepreneur, someone who cares a lot about it and is willing to put in the amount of work. And generally academia gives you kind of that kind of training as well in kind of deep expertise in a field. People only kind of work on things that they're super interested in, and it is how successful they are is down to them. So you get kind of this extreme ownership kind of idea where people take a lot of responsibility for their research, and that again translates well into setting up a startup. It doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. If things fall apart, the whole startup is sunk. So making sure everything and taking responsibility for things is a really good kind of a way to get experience of being an entrepreneur from academia, and sets you up well to transition, or so I hope.